Hello everyone, my name is Rebecca, and I'm going to teach you how to play chess, the basic functions of chess. Make sure when you set up your chessboard, it's always white on the right. Yep, that's how you do it. Get started. How I got started playing chess was actually that my dad taught me how to play. He's been playing for a long time, so when we were born, he just decided to teach us, see if we'd like it or not, and lo and behold, I'm still playing. And I love playing chess. It probably sparked my interest more when we used to live in New Orleans, and we would go to the coffee shop every Friday after school, and I would go play people of more talent. And that was always really fun. And chess has taught me really about patience, sportsmanship, gaining in confidence, and analytic and evaluation skills. Now, to start off, chess has many pieces. One of the pieces is a pawn. The pawn is worth 1 point in the chess value system, and the pawn can move 1 or 2 spaces for the first move. After the first move, it can only move 1 space. The pawn can only move straight forward. It cannot move backwards at any point in time. The pawn cannot move diagonally. It can only move diagonally when it's taking a piece. Otherwise, it moves straight forward continually. The next piece is the rook. The rook or the castle, whatever you like, but it's more of the rook. The rook can move in a horizontal and vertical motion, as many spaces as it wants. The rook cannot move diagonally. It can only move horizontally and vertically. The rook cannot jump another piece. If it actually wants to get past this, it would have to physically take to get past the barrier. The knight is worth 3 points in the chess value system. This one's a little bit harder to explain, but it moves like its shape. It's shaped up and over. So if you want to think of it like an L or a 7, that's how it moves. So if you wanted to move the knight that way, you can move it 2 over in the same direction and up 1. If you wanted to move it this way, move it 2 over in the same direction and down 1. So like an L shape. If you want to move it this way, you can go up 2 and over 1. Now, the knight is the only piece that can jump other pieces. So in the beginning of the game, you can start off any way you want, but if you want to start off with the knight, you can, because it can jump pieces. The knight cannot move diagonally or horizontally as many times as it wants, or vertically as many times as it wants. It can only move in the L formation. Next, the bishop is worth 3 points in the chess value system also. The bishop can move diagonally as far as it wants, in any direction, and it wants diagonally. The bishop cannot jump other pieces, like so. It would physically have to take the piece to get past the barrier. This is worth 3 points in the chess value system, like I said, and it can only move on the designated color square that it was given in the beginning. What do you mean by that? Well, if it originally starts off in a white square, it can only move on white squares throughout the whole game. So I move this pawn up 2. I can move the bishop on any of these white squares, but none of the black squares. Like this bishop too. I can move it on any of the black squares, but none of the white squares. Next would be the queen, actually. The queen is worth 9 points in the chess value system. This is the most powerful piece on the board. I cannot say that enough. The most powerful piece on the board. The queen is a combination of the bishop and the rook. How is it a combination? Well, the queen can move diagonally in any direction or in as many spaces as it wants. It can also move horizontally as many spaces as it wants. It can also move vertically as many spaces as it wants. It can move diagonally like the bishop. It can move horizontal and vertical like the rook. The queen cannot jump over other pieces. It would physically have to take, just like the other pieces. The king is the most valuable piece on the board. It is priceless. Once you lose the king, you lose the whole game. The king is pretty unique. It can move anywhere at once, but only one space at a time. You want to move diagonally? Go ahead, but only one space at a time. You want to move vertically? Go ahead, one space at a time. Horizontally? One space at a time. Think of it as a square around the king, and you can move anywhere in these squares, but only in the squares around the king. The king cannot jump pieces, just like all the other pieces. Now, the most common basic openings for white, because white always goes first, period, would be king pawn up 2. Why would it be king pawn up 2? Well, for the game, you want to control the center. You want to get to the center and have all your pieces around here as much as possible. You want to attack. If you want to get game and control of the center, you don't want to move this little scrawny pawn. You want to come full force. You mean business. You are coming out with a bang. You come out with this pawn. You can also come out with the knight if you'd like, but more of the pawn. And your opponent will most likely come with a counterattack of the same deal. And that's when you play chess. You do whatever you want, and you just try to get checkmate to the opponent's king. Now, what's a checkmate? A checkmate is where you put a king in the position where he cannot move any longer. He cannot move anywhere at all. And that's the basic openings for chess. And also, chess has really taught me sportsmanship. And just like sportsmanship, I play guys, normally who are my opponents, and some of them cannot handle when they lose. So I remember one time I was at this tournament, can't remember which tournament. I was at this tournament, and I ended up winning the game. I extended my hand for a handshake, for sportsmanship. He ends up getting up, looking at the board like, did I really lose? He looks at it, he messes up the pieces like if nothing happened. He takes his chairs, he cusses away, and he walks away. I was like, whoa. And like I said, sportsmanship is a big deal, regardless if you're a guy or a girl. Now you're probably asking, how do I get involved in chess? I want to do it right now. Well, you're going to have to wait until tomorrow, because tomorrow is Thursday. And Thursday, every single Thursday, is when we have chess club or team. And chess team meets every Thursday from 2:30 to 4. And also, if you'd like better knowledge or more knowledge about chess, you can go on the interweb and look up chess on Google. There's hundreds of sites. And also, you can buy books that have certain openings and also the basic knowledge how to play chess just like me. And everyone, just remember, chess players always get the best mates. Thank you.